It's going down. Where my girls at, it's going down. Thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. Yes. Let's happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Big smiles, big energy, because we got issues. We got issues. And the Force of Friendship is excited to be here with you at 9:10 a.m. The Superstation out of Detroit, WFDF. We are so excited to bring you love and laughter and lessons, information. You don't know what we're going to be talking about, but you know for sure it's going to be good. So here we are, 6 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time, Monday, waiting for you to participate with us. As our topic today is her story. Black HERstory. Black HERstory. You know, however it's spelled, you know, I'm dyslexic, right? So today I was talking about a group to give to today, and they were talking about dyslexic, and they were talking about spelling. Everybody on the phone was like, can nobody spell it? We all got it, but can none of us spell it? So it's exciting to be here with my girlfriends. It is going to be a phenomenal week. So we're going to tell you at the top of the hour, be with us all week. Follow us on our social media because we're going to be bringing you some crazy good stuff in the month of March. We're so excited about the beginning of March, and so we're going to finish up February strong. You guys, let's go to the girlfriends and see what's going on. The first one I'm going to go to just made it from the West Coast to the East Coast. She's one of the girls, Caterina Harris Earl. So she comes squeaking around the corner. Caterina, what's happening? How was your trip?
Oh my goodness, it was great until you have to leave your house at 3:45 a.m. and park your own car because your husband ain't there. I mean, that thing was, I was like, okay, keep one eye open because you're driving, okay? So I made it to the airport, but do you know first of all, you know, we always have to blame Chris because I have a house here, but I don't know what clothes are in Chicago. So Chris like, don't you have clothes in Chicago? I was like, not for you chicks. I don't know. I haven't seen those clothes in a year. I don't know, A, if I can fit them, and B, if anything matches. I do not know. Okay. So, you know, we were out shopping, mama, you know, I needed one more pair of red shoes. And my mama ran to Ross. You know, my mama and the Ross, she found the exact match for shoes, y'all. Okay. Can you believe it?
Are you serious?
But listen to this. When I landed at O'Hare, Anthony did come to swoop his wife up. And a man, I said, look over there. I said, that's my luggage. The dude had it in his hand.
No, he didn't, Caterina.
Big old CHE on it. Big old CHE. I said, and you know, we have great people skills, right? So I walked over and said, oh, you must have similar luggage to mine because this one is mine. Bam. I mean, I was like, okay. And this is what's crazy. I wasn't thinking about all the personal stuff that was in there. I was thinking about these chicks. I'm getting kicked out the Force of Friendship because I am not going to buy another outfit. Okay? I'm not going. You taking me with this right here. So I mean, it's just interesting. And Chris, when I tell you I couldn't find anything 5 minutes ago, I'm looking for a comb. I'm like, I know I have a comb in this house. Okay. But this is the beauty, the joy when you ain't seen your house in a long time.
So Caterina, you haven't been there in a year.
We've been in and out.
Right,
and you know,
got it.
Anthony's favorite cousin lives here. So when he comes, he likes to go where the food is, you know, his favorite.
Right.
So he goes, visits his auntie. He's all over, you know.
Right.
And you know, anyways, they just pack a couple things and they're ready to go. So
wait, I gotta ask you a question. Is your luggage black? I get so scared of people walking off with my luggage. Is
it's black and gold. And it's black and gold. And I said, now, you know, and this was a dude. Now, you know, that ain't your luggage. That's what I said to myself. He was standing right next to Anthony, just standing there, waiting on the second piece to come. I was like, no, you must have luggage like mine with CHE. I wonder what your initials are. I know it's not Charles Ellis, right? Okay. I went over there. I mean, literally, welcome to Chicago. I was about to have to scrap somebody for my luggage at the airport.
I cannot. That's the scariest thing. We got to do a whole show on travel. We got to do a whole show on travel because the world's opening up. World's opening up. Sabrina Goodwin Monday. What is happening over there? What is happening on Geneva on the Lake? Talk to us. Happy Monday. It's your day. Big smile, big energy, big smile. This is your day.
You're muted, Sabrina. You are muted again. Get it together.
You don't need to shake your head like that. You don't need to do all that, Chris. Yeah, you don't need to do all that. All that body language don't even mess.
Stay happy. Stay happy.
Anyway,
Monday.
All is good. All is well. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing you girls tomorrow. Maybe, sorta, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great week. But we have to tell the friends that, you know what, we are happy to see each other, and when it's time to go, it's time to go. And so we are a lot. 1, 2,
Wait, tell her how fast she clicks the button, Chris. Tell them how fast she clicks the button. When it's time to go, Sabrina is the first one.
Oh my goodness. First one off the show. First one off the show.
Sabrina, you muted again.
And she's muted again.
I promise you, it must be something with this situation. I'm not touching.
Happy Monday. It's a happy Monday.
Well, Gloria, tell them to stop hollering at me. Caterina, Sabrina. But anyway, honestly, this re-entry into the world, you guys know I've been really tight, not doing a whole lot. And so March, is she muted again? I don't know.
No, she's not muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah, it's my headphones, I think. It's my headphones. I'll switch them. It's my headphones. So anyway, I'm getting ready to get back into the world. I got like 5 trips in March. So I am ready.
Wow.
Okay, well, we're going to right over there to Detroit. We're going to go over there to Detroit in the red. Crisette Ellis, what is going on today?
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to be here on this wonderful, motivating Monday. And I'm going to tell you, I had a super fantastic weekend. Every month, I get with my sisters and we rotate for who's going to have brunch at their house. And so because Kiera is an adult, she is included. So she hosted yesterday. She hosted on Saturday at my house. So all of my sisters came over. My daughter-in-law, Angelica, she was there. Of course, Kiera's there. And my niece, Crisette, who's my namesake, she was there. And we just had a good time. And we got to do a show on pet peeves because we were talking about that. And I went live. And when I tell you, we hollered. And so one of my sisters, one of my older sisters, Sharice, her pet peeve is when people put their toilet tissue under. She's an over. So how do you like your toilet tissue? Do you want to pull the roll over or under? And so
definitely over. Definitely over.
Everybody was over except for my niece, who is her daughter. Okay. Who is her daughter. And so we were laughing about it. And then I said, well, why did you bring that up? She said, because your tissue is under. I was like, I didn't put it in there. So we had a good time with that. And then, of course, my dad, he was excited to see everybody and just to be with him and him having all his girls there, except for my sister who lives in California. I know sometimes she probably feels some kind of way because all of us live in the Detroit metropolitan area, and she's the only one that lives in California. And then on Sunday at my niece's church, they had the nicest Black history program for the kids. And when I tell you, those kids did an extraordinary job. I sat there and I was just beaming with pride because it just warms your heart to know that parents are really sharing the stories with their children.
Right.
Those children, they got up there, they said their speeches, and they were dressed like, my nephew was Langston Hughes, and he said a poem by Langston Hughes. And my niece Gabby, she was dressed in her 70s gear. I mean, they were just the most adorable children that
Who were some of the other people? Who were some of the other people?
They had one of the older children. He recited a speech by Dr. Martin Luther King was in the house. One of the young ladies, she recited Maya Angelou, I should say. And they did the dances, Wade in the Water, some of the old Black spirituals. It was just a wonderful event. So I had a full weekend, enjoyed every moment of it. And I am so excited, Gloria, about our topic as we are bringing to the end Black History Month in February. So back to you.
Yes, really excited. So Sabrina, does that mean that your toilet goes under? Your toilet paper goes under? Once again on the outside, time for vacation. Time
Katrina,
for vacation. She got to take a vacation. That's what she got to take.
Yours go over or under, Katrina?
I want it over.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They say that means you waste a lot of toilet paper, and Anthony says that all the time, but I want over. Ain't nothing worse than that one little piece that comes off, and it's like, come on.
Look, the people on Facebook go, okay, wait, we got to go over some news, y'all. Hulk Hogan is getting a divorce for the second time. I just want to give y'all that piece of news. And Obama's house in Hawaii is under construction. And we're going to Hawaii in May. So his house is under construction. That's news. I don't want to gloss over the Ukraine situation. You know, I'm not going to go deep into it, but we're not going to gloss over the Ukraine situation. I just want to highlight what I think, which is that we're all in this. It's not them and it's not us. So it's not we're not watching it from long away. You know, someone was saying to me the other day, I might have mentioned it, but they said, you know, 9/11 was just like that. You know, if we weren't ready, 9/11 could have taken us over, and it can happen just like that. So to watch the news, to see what's going on in the Ukraine, what I'm excited is that people are asking what they can do, but it's a big deal. And did you all know, have you guys heard the background on the president of the Ukraine? He was a comedian before he became the president. He was on the Ukrainian Dancing with the Stars.
No way.
He was
and another show.
And he can dance.
And another show too. And he was actually a star, like in a show where he played the president. His character ended up becoming the president of Ukraine in the sitcom.
In a movie. Yeah, he was a teacher and became the president. Then he does he used to do voiceovers for movies. And then when he won with 72% of the population. Huge win.
Wow.
Yeah, very deep. Yeah. So it's very interesting to hear all this, you know, very interesting.
Hey, Gloria, one of the other things that I heard today, which you know, you kind of feel sorry for the Russians who, you know, because they are protesting many against the invasion, but they kicked them out of a lot of the different arenas where their athletes are not going to be able to play. And I just thought that was so sad when you're an athlete and you work so hard to, you know, perform and to play on a high scale and at that place, and then you get totally kicked out because of your president. I mean, I know that has.
So were they athletes in other countries, or they were athletes in Russia?
In Russia. Russia was banned from several different organizations where they would be playing certain sports, and I don't know the different sports, but they were banned from it and kicked out because of the invasion. And I'm just saying, the athletes, they, you know, are paying the price for what their president has done.
Right. Another thing is, I didn't understand sanctions until over the weekend when I really understood what sanctions meant. And it's really bad if you get sanctioned. It's like the only third time that's happened. And that the ruble, he can only deal with ruble, but the interest rate on rubles has gone from 9% to 20%.
Wow.
Overnight, it just went up for the interest rate on the rubles, and that he can't do it. He himself, Putin, can't do anything. He can't go anywhere. He can't buy anything. He can't do anything outside. And he's very rich. So this has really it's going to take him from like one of the richest people in the world to under. He'll be, you know, this whole thing about power and did you know that he fired his whole cabinet last week?
No.
His entire cabinet he got rid of, because they probably didn't agree with what he was going to do. Did you hear about
Gloria? That, I didn't hear about that. I did hear. Oh, here comes the break.
Music. Yeah, we got a break. Oh, we got something to talk about. We're coming back to the SAG Awards, and then we're going to do HERstory, Black HERstory. That's what we're going to do. And we're so happy to hear we got issues. It's Monday, and we're all smiling, and we're all happy. See you in just a minute. Yeah, the red bottoms, the red bottoms, the red bottoms. Yes, yes. I'm gonna tell my girlfriends. Let me tell you, girlfriends. For those of you who are listening, you got to call in. You got to call in and tell us about some amazing Black women that have made a difference for you in your life. There's probably somebody that we may not know about, but she was an amazing woman, and we want to talk about her. But I want to tell my girlfriends, as we get ready to take off for Chicago and we get ready to start wearing heels, watch your back. If you haven't worn heels in a while, watch your back. Because I was in heels last week, and watch your back. I'm just here to tell you, watch your back. Caterina, you were going to say something before we went to break about
yes. NBC News said this, and I saw it, of course, on my favorite news channel, TikTok. Get excited. But I went and checked it out. It said, could Bitcoin be Putin's economic savior? Virtual currencies such as Bitcoin are sometimes associated with lawlessness, but the reality is that they've become a regulated business with safeguards. But Bitcoin is going to be a way that Russia can launder money to switch cryptocurrencies on a large scale to move money across borders. Russia may still try to launder money that way, especially if the United States and European Union impose such stronger sanctions. I have somebody coming on the show talking about crypto, and they just said there was a move that he made last month or a few weeks ago in anticipation of this move, moving some stuff to, I don't know if it was Bitcoin or which cryptocurrency, but you know, it's interesting. Everything, even the stuff that's good, there's always a flip side. The crooks gonna figure out how to use it to their advantage.
Y'all, okay. Our tribe, you guys have got to get us some guests about this NFS or NFT and SPG and NFT, ABC. I mean, we need to know about the crypto, the currency, the Bitcoin. I mean, we really need to get educated about this, because the fact that you just said that, Caterina, again, highlights the importance of being knowledgeable about it first and then understanding exactly what to do with it. Because it's, I mean, we've been hearing this rumbling for a long time, and now it is 100% here, 100% here. So this is going to be something to watch. I'm really getting educated on a lot of this stuff. Okay, so Sabrina, what about the NAACP awards? My gosh, the awards.
I don't know if you guys caught it, but it was
entertaining. It was amazing.
Really good to see everybody out in fine fashion. Of course, we had the SAG Awards, and I was surprised. Did you guys know that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they received the 53rd NAACP President's Award?
Wow, the President's Award.
The President's Award.
Oh, wow.
And so that was really awesome to hear all the work that they're doing. And they were both decked out. Black designers designed both of their outfits.
Really? Really?
Yes. So you got to go back and look at what they had on. They looked amazing, and Black designers outfitted them, styled them that night, and designed their outfits.
And when was that? What day was that? Do you know, Sunday?
No, it wasn't Sunday.
Wow.
It was
Okay.
Friday.
Wow.
I think it was Friday.
The 26th. February 26th.
Okay. Missed it. So missed it. Lord. What happened to our text? We're supposed to text each other when stuff like that happens. Hello, girlfriends. Hello. That's awesome award, though. That's a real awesome award for them to be lifted up like that. They've had a tough year. You know, every time we think about people who have a tough year, it's amazing. And then the SAG Awards, you guys. I did not see the SAG Awards, but I saw the pictures from the SAG Awards, and I saw the winners of the SAG Awards. So I'm going to go over some questions with y'all. Did y'all see Coda? Did you guys see Coda, the movie on Apple TV? Do you know the woman? She's up for an Oscar, obviously, but she won for the first Deaf Actress Award, big actress award. And she was in the show Designated Survivor. Did any of y'all watch Designated Survivor? Oh, that's a real good Washington, D.C. White House movie thing. That was amazing. Will Smith, we all saw him play King Richard. So that was powerful to see that.
Did he win, Gloria?
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he did.
With Venus in the audience.
Oh, I know, with Venus sitting next to him.
And Jada with her
Serena.
short hair looking fly.
Serena, not Venus, Serena. What? No, Venus?
It was Venus. It was Venus.
And that other sister, Aisha, I don't know. It was another sister.
Yes, another sister, exactly. But Serena was not there. I didn't see Serena.
Okay.
No, he talked about Venus. He said Venus was there, and that was a really big deal. Did y'all see that movie about the Eyes of Tammy Faye? Did y'all even know about the Eyes of Tammy Faye? I didn't even know there was a movie called The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I hadn't even heard about it. She won. She won for the female actor. And then the male actor is out of Cody, Troy out of Cody, which I hadn't seen him. And the West Side Story. Anybody see West Side Story? Okay,
No.
okay, that's it. Nah, that's it. We need
or
to
Gucci.
This is for real.
Yeah. The All About Gucci with Lady Gaga. It's on my watch list. You saw that,
House
Chris?
of Gucci.
I saw that. That was so good.
You did? You did? You saw that? Oh man, I haven't seen that. Succession. Anybody seen that? The TV show Succession? Oh Lord, we're really bad. We're not gonna do this exercise anymore. What about Ted Lasso? Anybody seen Ted Lasso?
Nope.
I haven't even heard of that one. What is that one? Help us, tribe. Help us.
We gotta get us a movie critic. We gotta get us a girlfriend who watches all the movies.
Wait. Right. Stop talking. It's a TV show. Okay. Versus a TV show. It's Apple TV. Okay. It took all the awards last year. Like
really?
All the awards. Like all the awards.
Okay, but Gloria, this is part of the problem. There's so many different channels. You can miss stuff. Right. Remember when it was just like ABC, NBC. Now you gotta
stop talking. Caterina, stop talking. Don't say that we was around when there was only 3 channels. Don't say that, okay?
But
don't say
I don't ever go to Apple TV unless your girlfriend tells you. You don't go there. So we gotta help a girlfriend tell us what to watch.
Woo! Well, I'm telling you, y'all, we have to watch our conversations. Remember when your parents used to say, "Dad, to go to the pole outside to use the telephone"? You can't tell people we was around. There's only 3 stations. You guys say when there was 15 stations because there's 150 now. But yes, oh my gosh, you guys got to watch this stuff. I never heard of the show Squid Game. That one,
I've heard of that. Mm-hmm.
Did you? What was that about?
You know what? It's about individuals who are in debt way. And Gloria, you absolutely can't watch this. So I'm just going to let you know off the bat. My sister watched it and she told me to watch it, but it's about people who are way in debt over their heads. I mean, to the point where, they are losing everything. So they sign up to do the Squid Games, and there are all these games that you play. And if you win, you get all of this money. But if you don't win, you die really these gruesome deaths. So that's kind of in a nutshell.
No, I definitely
I have not watched this. I know you can watch it.
I'm having a hard time with you describing it. Okay, that's not good. That's so not good.
Hey, Gloria, is it the debt part or the gruesome death?
Right. I think both of them keep me up all night. Both of them keep me up. Okay, now let's just talk about this because Sabrina did put this up there. Kerry Washington's dress.
Oh,
that dress,
fabulous.
Was everything.
When I tell you, her body, her makeup, her hair, that color, that train, her stand, her pose, and she wasn't even up for an award. And she wasn't headlining the show. That's how you do it. That's how you do Superbad all day long. You're not going to win an award. You're not running the show. And more pictures of you than anybody else out there. That's how you win it. That is how you do it. That is definitely how you do it. Okay, you guys, listen. We're going to talk about some amazing women. And I'm going to go to y'all first because I have some things I want to talk about. But who can think of a woman that maybe not everybody knows, but was significant in your life? And why was she significant? A Black woman that you know. And callers, we want to hear from you. There's probably some Black women during Black History Month as we get ready to go into Women's History Month. But right now we're in Black History Month, but we're highlighting her story. Women who have done something that have made a difference for you. Anybody got a story?
I do.
Okay.
Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson. Okay, let's just say she was along the lines of the reason you would not be watching us on she's technology. She was president of, I don't know if she currently is president of Rensselaer Polytech Institute. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson has had a distinguished career that includes senior leadership positions, and she is the first African-American woman to earn a PhD from MIT, specializing in physics. She leveraged her knowledge of physics to advance telecommunications, Bell Laboratories, the portable fax, touch tone phone, caller ID, call waiting. Okay, that led to more and 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 more.
Wow.
Okay. So I brought up 10 Black women who have made tech history. All 10 of them made a difference. Okay. Some of them I know
so
you would
10
know, Gloria,
Black
from
women in
IBM.
tech. In tech. Of course you would look up tech. Of course you would look up tech. Of course you would look up tech. The first one to get a PhD from MIT. That's huge. Did it say what year?
It did not. I can find that out.
Okay,
but
that's huge.
Yes.
We'll come back. Yeah, we'll come back because that's big. That's very big. Okay, let's go to your lives. Does somebody have a woman who was a role model in your life that really played a difference for you?
I'm going to say, Gloria, I so remember my 10th grade teacher from Renaissance High School. Her name was Miss Dinwiddie. And she was, I was in her AP English class. And I just remember her loving books and telling us how important it was that we would read a diversity of different kinds of books. I remember her, really bringing to light the story of Macbeth, and we had to memorize certain things for each chapter that would remind us of, of the story. And, teachers really do play a big part in our lives as far as, making us dream big, wanting to do more, be more. And I just so remember, her love of literature and, just being in her classroom. And she was really kind and gentle. And I always remember she is one of the reasons why I like to read today and to read a variety of different things. So I would absolutely say she made a difference for me.
You know what, Chris, when you were talking, I know we said that her eyes were rolling in the back of her head. You really like Miss Dinwiddie. I now know Miss Dinwiddie. So we're going to come back to some women who have her stories right after the break. We're going to break. You're listening to We Got Issues at 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. We're here with the Force of Friendship, and we'll see you in just a few minutes right after this break. It's Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yes. It's time to talk about her story. Black HERstory. Her story. Black History Month and her story. Okay, I'm gonna tell a story. Then Sabrina, I'm gonna go to you to tell a story. You can find one to tell. I'm sure because we are so in tune. What I love about us is that we're so in tune with the people who have touched us. My story is about a woman that was in my high school as well, Chris, and she was so incredible, Miss Barbara, and she was so incredible. She was a typing teacher, and I've talked about her a couple times, but she was head of the business center at the high school, and she sought me out, and she was extremely intentional about seeking me out, because she knew I was dyslexic. She knew I had a problem, but she knew I was smart, and I could type, y'all. This is interesting. I can't spell with a lick, but I can type like this. I never look at the keys. And I could really type, and I could really type fast, which made her submit my name to go downtown to go to a university. I almost became a court reporter. So I used to take a bus to school, an hour bus to school, then an hour ride from school to Wayne State, then an hour ride back to school for cheerleading practice, and then an hour ride home every single day, because she put me in this special program. I know. And it was amazing, but she opened up my confidence. She showed me where I was strong and didn't focus on where I was weak. She talked to my mother for a long time. Her and my mother became really great friends because my mother was an educator. So my mother loved her a lot, but she just saw things, some people who see things, and these are great women who've made a big difference in people's lives. So it makes a difference. That's my story about Miss Barbara. Sabrina, you got a story?
Yeah, Gloria, I love that we're paying tribute to the women who've made the biggest difference in our lives. As we close out Black History Month, we are talking herstory, because it's the women. We know it's the women who always make the biggest impact. Not always, but a lot of the time.
Always.
And so, Gloria, I want to talk about a couple of things. I was talking to my friend. She has an MBA from Harvard Business School. And I hadn't talked to Candy in a while, but she told me to tell you, thank you so much. She said, when you were the assistant admissions officer at Harvard, you admitted her. And she knows that she would not have gotten to Harvard if you had not taken a look at her application.
Wow.
And we don't talk about that a lot. Gloria, but she said the class of 90 or class of 91, some class, I don't know what class it was. But she said, Sabrina, tell her that we are out here kicking butt and taking names. She said, you would be so proud of that class.
Wow.
She said they are on Wall Street doing things. They are just making such a difference. And you always talk about having a seat at the table. And she said, Sabrina, I know. She said, I know if Gloria Mayfield at the time was not in that admissions office, so many of us would not have gotten in that year.
Wow.
And so just kudos. It really is.
That's big. Really because you forget until you bring that up. And I remember like sitting in those meetings, like watching the numbers, like, no.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's right. That's deep.
And I say that to say she contacted me because she had seen one of my motivational clips that I did, and I talked about my mother. And she said, Sabrina, I didn't know your mother had passed. And we had been that out of touch. And I had said something in my clip about my mother being my best friend, my greatest motivation, and what she used to say, don't just do, but outdo. And she said, Sabrina, when I was working for an oil company one summer in Tulsa, you guys took me in. And she said, your mother didn't know me from anybody, but she treated me like I was family. And so she said, I was just crushed to hear that you had lost her. And so I just got to give shout out to my mom. I know we all love our mama. We all got stories to tell, but the woman who birthed me, taught me not to be judgmental, to give everybody a chance, to laugh before you cry, to be positive, to see the best in everything and everybody. So but all in that one conversation, she talked about you, what a difference you made, and what a difference my mother had made in her life. So, so much.
That's big. That's big. That's big. You got, that is so big. We could spend a minute on his story talking about Black mamas who let cousins, neighbors, friends come sleep in their house, sleep on the floor, They don't know
That's
them.
right.
They're like, come on over here, baby. Come on over here, baby. Come on over here, baby. I mean, it's just so much of our history. So I'm so glad you brought that up. And that's so interesting because the first time I met your mother, that was the quote I loved. Don't just do, outdo. And I'm telling you, she was like Kerry Washington. She walked in that debut, y'all. I was like, that's your mama. She was decked out from the airport to the hotel. I was like, oh, and she, glasses on and everything. She was like, yeah.
That's
Full
right.
lip,
Owning
full
it.
lip,
Owning it.
lip
Owning
color
her
on
power.
every inch of her lip.
Yeah.
You know, we can all talk about it. Okay, so all right, listen, 5 attributes of strong female leaders. 5 attributes. First, I want you guys to tell me what you think some of the attributes might be. But I have 5 from this poll that they took out of phenomenal women. What would you say one of those attributes would be?
Faith.
They don't.
Faith.
Okay, faith.
Spirituality.
Succeeding against the odds, like succeeding against the odds, being willing to do 3 times more than everybody else.
Okay.
They don't compare themselves to others.
Okay.
Drea said honesty.
Honesty. I'm getting it. Give me a couple more.
Inclusion. I think
they
Black
aren't
women
afraid
are
to step out of their comfort zone.
Overcomer.
Out of comfort zone. Out of comfort zone. Overcomer. Yep.
I said inclusion. I said we are the fairest folks out there. We gonna get ours, and we will bring everybody else with us.
Yeah.
Compassion. Amelia said compassion, strong self-esteem. Bernetta said grit.
Compassion. I love it. You guys, seriously, loyal. You guys, the tribe is coming through. Y'all are coming through over here. I love coming through. Now, you guys know you have some stories. I know you have some stories. But let's talk about the 5 attributes when you took this. They did this big poll, and we're talking about phenomenal women leadership. Okay, number 1 was diplomatic. Interesting. Diplomatic. While men are generally stereotyped as being impulsive, women are often thought of being more patient, strategic, and tactical. Successful female leaders practice diplomacy to avoid conflict and find a mutual way to get to beneficial solutions. So one of the things they said they're strong in the negotiation. Very interesting. You don't necessarily see them that way, but you see them strong in the negotiation. Okay, number 2 was ambitious.
Gloria, I just have to say, soon to be Justice Ketanji Jackson, when they asked her at the Senate hearing before about being a Black woman and how does that influence you being a judge, her answer was so diplomatic. It was exactly that. I mean, she didn't deny being Black, but she gave them what they needed to hear, baby. I mean, it was so good. And that's what we do. That's what we do.
Right. She was completely impressive. That chick was complete, and we'll have to be completely impressed. Okay, another one, number 2 was ambitious. She has to be ambitious. It was interesting. I think I brought this up on Friday. The woman at the NAACP talked about Ketanji and said that, can she win this race? She said, nobody gets to this place without a big fight. I remember when they asked Obama, do you have an ego? He said, nobody becomes president without having a big ego. You don't even want to be that unless you're, but this is not about that. This is about being ambitious. And they said women are labeled more emotional than men, but interesting, this also makes them more passionate, tenacious, and they are really strong when they're the underdogs because of their emotions. Number 3 was compassionate. We said that, right? Compassionate. So here's one of the more female stereotypes that actually empowers women because they're nurturing and empathetic. So that's very interesting. So when you're talking to women and they're very compassionate, you can turn that around to, it also causes you to be more empowering because you're more nurturing, which is what is needed. Then number 4, educated. More women are educated as the power. And you just brought that up, Caterina, as the first person, I mean, PhD from MIT, and you said it was in physics. I mean, that's just crazy. So
most educated demographic, right? Black women are the most Black women are the most educated demographic that, or
Absolutely.
I don't know how that stat goes
Absolutely.
exactly.
Yep, it is. It says that from Maya Angelou to Oprah Winfrey, all of them realize the importance of attaining good academic and spiritual education. You talked about faith, right? Spiritual education. They said that is why most of them, listen to this, you guys, become champions of social justice, raising awareness for politics and environmental causes. So that's very interesting. They go from educated to be influencing to go after the champions of social justice. And the fifth one was visionary. Strong and independent females are inherently creative individuals who follow their dreams, overcome roadblocks, and inspire women to do the same. Inspire women to do the same. Inspire them to do the same. So it's an important attribute of any leader, man or woman, but a representative for the community and team for her people. This is a visionary person. If you're a parent, a counselor, an educator, or concerned community member interested in making a difference, the place you have to go is to empower women. Did you hear that? If you're a parent, a counselor, an educator, or a concerned community member, the place you have to go is to the women if you want to turn the tide. So I was really interested in that. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about some of the most amazing women at our time, and then we're going to go back into time to a lot of women who made her story come alive, because there's a lot of things that are going on right now that have made a significant difference. And we'll see you right after the break as we talk about her story. This is Black History Month, and we got issues. It's Happy Monday. See you in a minute. Here we go. Because you know what? After this show, everybody's going to walk taller. Everybody's going to walk taller. It doesn't matter what your race is. Everybody's going to walk taller. Because when you hear about what women have done in the society, when you hear about how we create a path for others to go, when you think about the fact that what you do matters for a long time, and you may never, ever know. What was her name? Candy? You may never know whose life you might touch, or whose life touches somebody else's life, touches somebody else's life. So that's a big deal. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk about Maisha Porter. Maisha Porter is the first Black woman chancellor of the New York City schools. And she has many challenges that she's going to face. But to be the chancellor of the New York City school, which is the largest school system in the nation. LA is second, but New York City is the biggest. So she's head of it all. Listen to this. The American Association of School Administrators, only 27% are superintendents of women, and 8.6 are people of color. 8.6 of color. One of her biggest challenges has been getting the kids back to school safely during the pandemic. Has been a very big part of her challenge. And you know, when I was reading about her, I was thinking about how in the midst of when it's hard, we don't know it. In the midst of when it's hard, we don't think about that we're creating history, but she's pushing through a very hard time. They talk about the challenges that were ahead of her was particularly hard for low-income Black and Hispanic students once they got into the academic testing, and the testing was then removed by the mayor. The mayor has a lot of power over the school systems in New York. And here's another thing. Depending on what city you are, the mayor will have a lot of different power over the school system. So for her to have that power, Mayor de Blasio is the one who put her into that space. I don't know if she's still there. And then I was reading about Ketanji Brown Jackson, and Caterina brought her up before. She just won't make history, but also she'll be a voice for all the ages. Listen to this, you guys. This is so critical. When she gets put in, as we talk positively, as she gets put into the Supreme Court, she is stepping into the Supreme Court at one of the most historic moments, because they are going to dive headfirst in the nation's cultural wars. It's got the most docket of divisive issues in the history of our time. There's more divisiveness. Is that the word? Divisiveness? What's the word? Divisiveness.
That's it. That's
divisiveness in the cases in the court, at the Supreme Court, at one time, right now, when they're bringing in the first Black woman. I mean, just major. One of the first cases she's going to tackle is the involvement of affirmative action in the colleges and the universities, who are now trying to get rid of leveling the playing field for education in the higher education schools, which is a very big deal. And then another one is the Colorado web designer claim of free speech because he denied services to same-sex couple. And the state has gone up against the Supreme Court for discrimination. So they said her job is going to be very difficult. And of course it is. And then she's such a small minority of people with that kind of voice. So we got to really pray for her, because it's going to be big to get her appointed, and it's going to be big for it to go through. So that's going to be big. Okay, so then we're going to go into, in the last few minutes, 10 incredible women that you should know about. 10 Black women that you should know about. And I'm going to tell you their names, and then we're going to have a conversation about them, because this is a big deal, okay? So we talked about women who we don't know about. Let's talk about some women. Who do you guys know who was the first published poet? You'll know her. The first published Black.
So, what's Sojourner?
Not Gwendolyn Brooks.
Huh?
No. Who? Not Gwendolyn Brooks.
Phyllis
Wheatley.
Yes, Phyllis Wheatley. Yes, Phyllis Wheatley, you guys. Seriously. Phyllis Wheatley, born in, listen to this, 1753.
Wow.
Born in 1753. She was brought to New England from West Africa as a slave when she was 8 years old. Can you imagine coming over here when she was 8 years old? Wheatley was her purchased name when she was a young girl. After she discovered she had a passion for writing, she got caught writing with chalk on the wall and was tortured for reading and writing.
Wow.
Tortured as a child. Tortured. So when you talk about these women, I'm telling you, she studied English literature, Latin, and Greek, and the Bible. The Bible was her educator. With the family's help, Phyllis traveled to London in 1773 and published her first poem. And soon after that, she did return to America, and she was granted her freedom back in 1773 because she was a published author. Okay, I know you don't know this one. The first one that graduated from college, the first Black woman college graduate. First name is Mary Jane Patterson. Mary Jane Patterson. Okay, who's going to guess the year? The year. Who can guess around the year? Around the year. If you might win some money. Let's do it. Let's pretend I'm Steve Harvey. And
tell Crisette is Googling. Crisette is Googling.
Oh no, that's not fair. That's not fair. She graduated in 1862 from Oberlin College. She was 16 years old when her family, among others, moved to Ohio, your great state of Ohio, Sabrina. And they were sending their children to college. She was the daughter of a master mason. Patterson became the first Black woman to graduate from an established American college. 3 years after completing her studies in 1862, she was appointed a teacher assistant to the female department, Institute of Colored Youth in Philadelphia. So here we go. A Black woman becomes a teacher and is teaching Black children. Once again, you got to get to the table. Once you get to the table, you can make a difference at the table. She later taught at a preparatory high school for the youth. Okay, who's the first nurse? And what year? I know you don't know the name. That's okay. Okay. They don't have a year. So none of us are going to know the year. None of us are going to know the year. Mary Eloise Mahone was recognized as the first Black nurse in the United States. She was born in 1845.
Wow.
Okay, so think about this for a minute, you guys. 1845, the first time we had a Black nurse must have been around 1870. When my mother's sister died, and she was in high school. She had been playing basketball and she died in high school. She died because they wouldn't let her in a hospital. This is in Gary, Indiana. They wouldn't let her in a hospital. They wouldn't let her in a funeral home. She had to be buried, had to have the funeral at her home. So they had a funeral at the home that my mother grew up in.
How did she die in high school? How did she die in high school?
She was playing basketball and there was an injury. She got hit in the head while she was playing basketball. And so they tried to get her to the hospital, which of course she would have lived had she gone to the hospital, but they wouldn't take her because she was Black. And there were no Black nurses. And my mother became a nurse. Isn't that interesting?
Wow. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, right? She was, she had a 40-year history as a nurse. She was, went to a certain school in Long Island, New York. She founded a group called the American Nurses Association. And after her retirement, she continued to fight for the minority rights. And in 1920, became the first woman to register to vote in Boston. A Black woman.
Wow.
The first woman to register to vote in Boston, of all cities. I mean, so interesting. The first Black bank president, Maggie Walker, broke the race and gender barriers as the first woman to be established president of a U.S. bank. She was the daughter of a former slave in Richmond, Virginia in 1903. Crazy, right? 1903. She later served as a board chairwoman. She was on the board and then she became the chairwoman when the bank merged with two other Richmond banks and resulting in an entity in 2009 where she was recognized as the nation's oldest continually African-American operated bank because she was at the table. The first to refuse her seat.
I know that one, Claudette Colvin.
That's right. Claudette Colvin and then Rosa Parks. Absolutely. Claudette Colvin was first when she was 15 years old in March 1955, when she was 15 years old, she was arrested for not standing up. And according to Stanford University, she went to jail without a chance to call her family. In 1955, they wouldn't let her call her family. Oh my God, we got the first White House correspondent. We got the fastest woman in the world was white. The first Nobel Peace winner was a Black woman. I mean, there's so much. It is Black History Month, but it was Black HERstory. So we'll be here tomorrow, sorta, from 6 to 7 p.m. Just be here with us. This is the Force of Friendship. We got issues. Happy Black History Month. It's Happy Monday. We're so proud to be here on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation, and we'll see you next time. Love you lots and talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.